CBN's National Security Affairs correspondent Heather Sells spoke with Elizabeth Fisher about the program.
Elizabeth Fisher Good is the founder of the Foundation United, and she is here now to tell us more about this new curriculum. Elizabeth, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Heather. Excited.
This curriculum is designed for really all ages, K through 12, and it's designed to help children and youth really understand sex abuse and trafficking. How does the curriculum help kids understand these concepts?
Well, what's so unique about it is it's something that has never been done before because it's a systemic trainer program for the entire school system. So not only are children getting new language, new words, new phrases, ways to look at it, way to talk about it, it's called Speak Up, and that helps them really form what needs to be said, but it actually educates everybody from the superintendent down to the principal, to the lunchroom ladies, to the school bus drivers, the workers, because somebody might notice. Maybe it's just the cafeteria lady that has a relationship with the child, and she now will be trained and has ears to hear what might be different. Susie went home Friday looking one way, and a child comes back on Monday looking completely different. So the children are empowered, the system is empowered. And our very first rollout, we had 4 children come forward just in one grade to share what they had kept inside as secrets. So we're excited because it's intervention rather than waiting for these children to go down a long, dark path.
Right. Yeah. And I wanted to ask you, do you expect that there will be an increase in reporting in these schools that are launching this curriculum?
Yes. I'm actually meeting with one of the state's DCFS departments today just to speak about, different pathways, because here's what we know. Children are groomed to keep secrets. Adults will tell them all kinds of lies to make them believe it's their fault, don't say anything, or it's through social media. We really have an emphasis on the 1 out of 9 children being approached through their iPhone or iPad right in their bedrooms and being able to understand what that is all about. So as things do come forward, yeah, we do see a lot more that's going to be coming forward, but we want to find really good pathways for these children, not to be dragged from bad to worse, being thrown into like a horrific system, but rather getting to a place of true freedom. And that's the goal of the program. Things that come up and out, but intervention to find the right pathway.
I want to ask you, there's also a prevention piece in the curriculum. Is it possible in some circumstances for kids to prevent abuse? Obviously, they can't prevent it in every case.
Yeah, well, it's so empowering. It is, because what we do know is that predators use very textbook. They're not that brilliant. I mean, it is over and over the same things, the same tactics, the same ploys, telling a child a certain thing, asking them to do a certain thing, and we get ahead of it. So we have children that the responses are, hey, wait a minute, my friend told me that happened to her last week. So it actually teaches them not only to understand what they're stepping into with more of a light bulb, but it prepares them to be advocates for each other. So even if it's a girl in middle school that she's telling her friend that she has a new boyfriend, it helps equip them now to say, wait, that's not a boyfriend. What is he having you do? And so it really is teaching them to get ahead of it, understand it, and shut down. Because you know what? It's like the tactics of the enemy. It's the same thing over and over, not that creative. So we're empowering the school, the kids, the adults to get ahead of it.
It sounds like it has incredible potential. And I want to ask you also, why are you combining sex abuse and trafficking in one curriculum?
Right. Well, 92%, that's the stat. 92% of survivors of sex trafficking were childhood victims of sexual abuse. And in the decade plus that I've done the work, I think I've met one girl that said she couldn't remember a chunk of her childhood, but other than that, they all had said. It started with a youth pastor. It started with a coach. It started with a parent. They kept a secret. Their self-esteem eroded. There was shame. And then it leads to, typically the stats say a child will run away or get promiscuous. And within 48 hours, what we do know from sexual abuse, thinking whatever's out there is better than what happens in my bedroom, within 48 hours, 80% of any child, any zip code will be approached by a trafficker after running away. So we need to get ahead of it on the front end, because sexual abuse, whether in the church or in the school, is happening everywhere, every zip code. And that is the root of childhood sex trafficking in America.
So sobering, but so important. I know we're all rooting for this curriculum and anything that will help kids. Elizabeth Fisher Good, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much for covering it.